What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, I was going to go to bed, and then I saw that Hot Toys has given us an Azrael Batman from the Knightfall comic book series, but more specifically, the Arkham Origins video game, which is a very odd choice. And I love it because I am surrounded by the Knightfall books. I freaking love this comic book series, and I have to give my take on the figure and the character. But also, let's talk about some choices from Hot Toys. So, guys, stick around if you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Ben Thomas.
Go time! Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Okay guys, welcome back. So like I said, I've got all of the Knightfall comics here, and I've loved reading this storyline. Let's talk about this Batman. So they call it the Knightfall Batman because it's actually the Knightfall series, so like kind of that comic run specifically. And this Batman in particular is actually not Bruce Wayne. He's a guy named Jean-Paul Valley, who was previously Azrael, and when Bane breaks Batman's back, of course somebody needs to take on the mantle of the Bat. And so he calls on Jean-Paul Valley to take off his, mantra of Azrael and become the Batman for a period of time until Bruce has the ability to kind of regain his strength and get back on his feet as Batman. But of course, the power of Batman and the fear that Batman, the mantle, carries corrupts Jean-Paul Valley a little bit, and he ends up taking things a little too far. He actually gets extremely violent with criminals, and at one point actually kills somebody. And so Bruce realizes he needs to obviously get Jean-Paul Valley out of the suit. He can't be Batman anymore if he's gonna hurt people, right? And so he puts Nightwing out to the task, and Nightwing fails. And so Bruce has to make his way back to health and then retake over the mantle of the Batman from Jean-Paul Valley. And it's a cool freaking storyline. It touches a ton of other great characters, and I would 100% recommend the read. Now, you might notice that this figure also shows Batman Arkham Origins on it from the video game, and that's where this suit is actually being taken from in terms of its look and feel, basically. But it's a Knightfall comic suit in my brain. I can 100% separate the difference. Now, the odd part there is that if my recollection's correct, I don't think we've actually seen an Arkham Origins proper suit yet, so that's going to be really important to see at some point if they're going to explore more of this line. We obviously saw that Exo Freeze suit as well, which was pretty badass for the display, but again, weird that we're not getting the actual suit proper. Now, this looks really good. I love the colors. I think the suit material looks really, really cool. I love the dimpling on the mask. I think that's fantastic. There's going to be obviously some creasing in the suit if you were trying to put him in dynamic poses, but if you want to give him more of a dynamic look, he comes with a wired cape, which is pretty freaking cool. I also love the fact that they've made this LED USB functionality, because all his light up bits and bobs, you have to have that turned on to really get the feel for the character. So obviously for me, this is a possible buy. I will say, I don't really feel like I needed this in my display as much as I love the comic run, which again, 100% would recommend that read, but I don't know if I need the figure. It's really cool. This for me is one of those, if I saw it in the bargain bin at some point, I'd 100% pick it up because of the nostalgia, and I may get that fear of missing out at some point, especially once it releases down the line. But for now, I think that I'm going to hold off on at least a pre-order for it. But I do like the fact that it's coming with all of this cool stuff, and that it harkens back to my love and nostalgia for the comics itself. On Sideshow, this looks like it's coming in at the $280 mark, which for me is now pretty standard in terms of kind of that baseline price. For the most part, we're seeing somewhere between $265 and $290 lately. With the USB light-up functionality, though, I think $280 is a pretty reasonable price. It's just that it might not be the price point to entry that would be appropriate to get people to just buy it. Like if this came in at like $245, I would be like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna get it right now. And I don't see why it couldn't necessarily be. Even with the USB functionality, with no likeness rights here, it's mostly plastic. It's cool, but I don't know if it needs to be at that price level even though it kind of feels like standard now, so it's almost expected. The other piece is that since things with tariffs and everything have been going on, I feel like we haven't had some really crazy, like, banger announcements yet. Like, in the last little while anyways. There's been some decent releases that we've been expecting, but these ones feel like almost like a little bit of filler, like some stopgap, until potentially things have gotten easier again and maybe a little more palatable with regards to tariff pricing, because otherwise I'm expecting to see a little bit more. Some other characters that we've been waiting to see for a while. This seems like a weird wrench thrown in the gears, but I freaking love it because I love Batman. So I celebrate it, but it's also damn confusing. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where's I go? What should I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.